key here will be... Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Wickard Acres. My name's Dirk and I really appreciate you stopping by. When I ran this water line from the road, it was about 1,000 feet, and I have a video on it. You guys should go check out how I did all that. But I decided to leave the water line just outside of the building, and that way when Mr. Postframe was there building the building, he wouldn't have to kind of drive around and try to avoid this water line. Looking back, that was probably a mistake. I should have just brought it right into the building when I was trenching it in. When I had the big trencher there, it would have been a lot easier than digging it in like this. This wasn't bad. I just had to. You'll see later in this video, I kind of had to dig underneath of the water line and do a little more digging than I really wanted to, but I made it happen. It wasn't that bad. But if y'all are doing this, make sure, just to save you a step later on, dig this water line in while the building isn't there. It's a lot easier. Alright, so we'll switch over here to a little time lapse, and because watching people dig with a backhoe in real time is kind of boring. So here you can see they got the wife out there helping. I'm digging right across the top of that water line and just trying to get it scraped up farther back. And then what I'm gonna do is pull this up, pull the water line out of this trench, fill it back in, and then dig in the new trench where it needs to be, at the depth that it needs to be. So here I am filling it back in with the skid loader and running out of daylight. So luckily the skid has some lights. But alright, so we're transitioning to inside here because somehow I didn't get any footage of the rest of the trench dug outside. So I was able to break through to the inside, and I'm just going to keep carrying that trench on in. Again, I'm using that skid loader to kind of as my wheelbarrow. I'm digging all the clay out of it and filling it up just to kind of keep it separated from my rock. Digging down here, there goes another load, and getting back to where it's going to eventually come up into my utility room. Getting closer here. And once it's into the building, it doesn't have to be as deep down because it'll always stay warm in there. It doesn't have to be down below the frost line, but outside of the building, it's down well below frost line. So here I am getting close. Alright, so next day, I just made the first cut, and then I'm bringing this up into a piece of 4-inch PVC right there with an elbow on it. And got it cut, and I'm struggling to get that end back off of it. There's a ball valve with a lever. Finally got it off. Alright, now I'm going to start filling the trench back in with the Kubota BX23S. I don't know if you guys noticed it while I was digging with that backhoe in the dark, but I've got some LED lights on there that are pretty awesome. Those things have been a great addition to the tractor. Alright, got that water line done. Now here I am being goofy a little bit. It's important for me to take a little time to be goofy with the kids whenever I can. But anyway, let's transition here. So let's talk about this structure that my son's standing next to. This is going to be my electrical meter structure. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to have the meter mounted to the building. We do get hail here in the Midwest, and if a hailstorm comes and all this has to be replaced, that's a call to the electrician to have them come out and take the electrical meter off while they replace a steel panel. So I just like the idea of it being out on its own separate structure. So let's take a look at how we did this. The first thing to do is get the old trusty BX23S out and start digging the trench. Have I mentioned how much work this machine has saved me throughout this project? I think it's paid for itself pretty well by now.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got a little helper today. This is my middle son Baylor, and he's going to help me build a structure that my electrical meter will go on. And we were just reading through the requirements, and so it requires 6x6 treated posts. So I've got 2 of those, one right here, one right there, and then it can be a minimum of 24 inches wide, up to 60 inches wide. And I hadn't actually read the full requirements yet, but I'm glad I just did, but because I had taken, let me get you flipped around. I had taken screws and just screwed in 4 right there. And just reading through the requirements, they want you to use 2 galvanized bolts that go all the way through the 6x6 and this board. So we're gonna have to run into town, and I think we're gonna have to get 32 8-inch long galvanized bolts, big washers, and nuts. So this project just got a little bit more expensive, but it should be a pretty beefy little structure to house the meter. So we're gonna make a run into town, and hopefully the hardware store has 32 8-inch long. I'm guessing we need to do like 1/2-inch bolts. I don't know, seems kind of ridiculous, but we'll see. Talk to you later. All right, guys, we just got back from the parts store. We grabbed 32, these are 8-inch long, 3/8 galvanized carriage bolts, and then the washers and nuts to go with them. And so we're gonna have to put 2 right down through the middle. So we gotta drill, oh man, we need a longer drill bit. Crap. Oh no. All right, guys, we're gonna have to come up with something on drilling these. We'll see. All right, guys, we just got back from the hardware store, and we picked us up a long drill bit to be able to drill these, and we should be back in business. So let's get started on that. Hey, we did it. It was amazing.
Why didn't we just think of this
3
hours ago?
Yeah, right?
Okay.
That would have been amazing. All right, now let's kind of put this over here, get this out of the way.
Then we just put these in, right?
Yeah, put them in there. Hit them with the hammer a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now I'll get a washer and a nut.
Okay, washer.
So washers are right there.
Washer, 2 or 1?
Just one. Oh, well, you need 1 per bolt.
Okay, so I'll get 2. Let me put them. Wait,
So yep, put a washer on and then get a nut out.
Okay.
There you go. And start screwing that on. And I get this next one drilled. Backside. Nice, nice. Here, I'll give you 2.
And the hammer.
And a hammer.
These are like way more clean than the other 2.
Okay. Nice.
the wood things are in the way.
Okay.
That one's pretty stubborn. Why do you need washers?
Because the nut will just go into the wood if you don't put a wash. The washer spreads it out, spreads out the load a little bit. Okay. We're making headway now, boys. Okay. Yeah, hold that, baby. Okay. So this will let you tighten down.
Tighten the nuts down.
Nut down. So here, point the camera up underneath there and I'll show you how. So you just kind of get it on there. And then watch, so it'll like start sucking it down up here.
Yeah.
See how that, so now watch this one up here. See how it pulled it down tight? So just kind of do that.
Okay.
Hang on. Keep it right on it. That's good. Next one. That's good. That's good. Now let's go tighten the other ones down. That's good. That's good. Yep. 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 Okay. Yep. Okay. Here, take this. So that push this thumb thing. That puts it in reverse, and then take that screw out. You got to push right here. And hold it level. Okay, careful, that'll be hot. Put it down. Now, go grab that, get that other one out of there while I'm drilling this. All right, guys, we just got the structure built. So now what I'm gonna do is take my tractor with the forks on it, the Kubota, and I'm going to try to slide up underneath there. I'm gonna have to put the forks closer together, and then I'm going to try to lift it by this bottom board right here. I'll put the forks, will rest that, lift it up, and then I'll take it out into its position. Here we go. the electrical structure. Got some 3-inch conduit down in there, electrical conduit. Here's where the transformer will go. And then we came out here last night and dug this out so that we could get our pipe coming out of the building. And what else? That's about it for now. What I'm gonna work on today is getting all the rock and stuff like that filled back in that trench just to cover up the pipe. And then my electrician, when he came out here, he said, where are you planning on running that wire at? And I said, well, I'll probably just dig a new little trench on the way over. He goes, well, you already got that trench right there dug for all your plumbing. He's like, fill that up with about a foot of rock, and then use that same trench, put your electrical conduit in there, your PVC conduit, and we'll run it through that. He's like, then you won't have to dig another trench. I said, you can do that? He's like, yep. So we're gonna do that, which is gonna be awesome. Save me a lot of digging.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. On the next episode, we're gonna be running all this 3-inch conduit and also running all the plumbing for all the water lines under the slab. So if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you did that. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, and we'll see you on the next one.